What's up, everybody? Mark here, waist deep wade fishing, Southwest Florida. Hope all is doing well. We just came off of some serious cold. I mean, temps down to 33, 34 degrees. So basically, I'm gonna stick to my word, and I promised you guys that I was gonna talk about the lure I have been using for the last, I want to say, 2 months, that has outfished every other soft plastic in my arsenal. And it's not one of my favorites, and I'll tell you why later on in the video, but I'm also going to tell you why it's been so effective. So from the past videos you've seen, I've got my PB trout a couple of weeks ago on one of these soft plastics. 30, 40 trout we've caught over the last month or two that have been all 20 pluses. Really nice redfish, 23s, 25s, 28s, 30s, 35s. You've seen all the videos. So today we want to discuss that particular bait. But before I do that, I want to go into what led me to this bait, so you'll understand it, and understand why I've made that transition over to this bait. It's not just showing you why this bait works, or what is the best bait. You have to understand the process, because this bait, yes, will work year round, but in certain situations, this other baits are going to be more effective. With that being said, I want, again, just a quick shout out to everyone, for liking, subscribing, sharing, being a part of the Waist Deep family, and propelling the channel to where it is. Hats off to you, thank you, and again, looking forward to seeing any one of my subscribers out on the water, or even booking a charter with me. All right, guys, so here we go. Let's start it off. As you know, I'm a huge fan of DOAs. I'm not sponsored, or not paying me to tell you this. I'm telling you this because it's just a good bait. It's deadly on everything, and I've been using them for 20 years, and I can't even begin to tell you how many fish I've caught on them. So let me tell you what I've been using and how we made the transition from those baits over to what's been the #1 bait over the last 2 months. So to start it off, DOA came out with this new bait. I believe it's called a redfish, and it's got like this reddish copper and gold back with a silver bottom. Fantastic. The old school chartreuse, the term, it ain't no use if it ain't chartreuse. This is all the baits I've been using in clear water condition. I'm talking gin clear on the grass flats, around Key Islands, wading, off the boat, off the kayak, every bit of water. This is what I've been using over the last 2 months. Very effective. Chartreuse, almost like a clear bottom with a little bit of gold flake, a little black pepper flake in it too. Fantastic bait. Also been doing very well on the glow, not the white, the DOA glow. Been doing fantastic on that against the bushes for snook. But then it shut off. They stopped hitting it. They wouldn't even take a sniff at it. So I moved over to skinnier water, and the reason why is earlier in the mornings, in that the darker patches, well, that's going to heat up first. Dark will heat up first. So when you're fishing in the mornings and it's cool and the water's been cold through the night, target those darker areas. Okay, the deeper troughs that have darker mud or grass around them or near them that may be 6, 8, or even 12 inches deeper than the flat. That's what where we've been finding a lot of our fish. And then as the day progresses and the sun gets high, then those fish will come out of those holes and then start to wander the flats to find food. But they've been very lethargic. They're not out hunting like their usual patterns. Remember, we live in Southwest Florida. Our average temp here is 80, 85 degrees. This water is between 60 and 65 degrees right now. The fish are moving slow. Keep that in mind when you're out there, okay? When you're throwing a bait, I'm gonna show you in a little bit what my retrieve is and how I'm working it. And also keep this in mind. Certain fish hunt with smell, certain fish hunt with sight. Now, as you know, I specialize in redfish. I target snook, I target big trout, but redfish and trophy trout are what the majority of my clients pay me to go out and help them catch, help them find, and learn how to find them without me. So I'm giving you the info that is effective for me right now in the winter months. Just keep that in mind. So I had to move from the paddle tail over to the jerk shad. Now, the pros and the cons to the jerk shad: the pro, I can throw this thing in 2 inches of water when I rig it weedless. The con, it's long, it's not as aerodynamic, it doesn't have the weight, and it catches the wind. So I can't get the distance I want, but deadly. Very, very effective once those fish come out of those deeper troughs and start running up and down the flat in the heat of the day. And I'm rigging those with a 1/8 of an ounce keel weighted twist lock hook. I believe this is a Mustad. I use a multiple kinds. That's just the one I've been using. And then also on the paddle tails and the jerk shads by L&L Lures. Unfortunately, I don't have any right now to show you. I've used them all. I'm going to wait for them to ship me some more. They've been phenomenal as well. I just don't have any to show you. But getting back to the jig head, the Texas Rattler, 1/8 of an ounce, black with the gold eye. This jig head on those DOA paddle tails has been money. But there still is a bait that's out there that outfished them all, and we're not there yet. I also wanted to just tell you a little bit more about these colors on these jerk shads, just so you have an idea of what's been working. The Electric Chicken has been phenomenal. That's the pink on the top, green on the bottom, chartreuse, a little bit of flake. And then I just call this like a greenback. I mean, I don't know the specific name on the package. As you can see right here, I bring a multitude of different colors that I have lined up for the winter months that over the years have found that work for me. And those are the ones that have worked for me. And what I've been doing with those is using a little bit of Procure on the jerk shad and the paddle tail for scent. And there's a big reason why scent is so important, especially when hunting for redfish. Redfish have 4 nostrils, okay? 4. They are a scent feeder. They're not like a trout. They're not like a snook, where it's a lot of visual, and they have their lateral lines play a major part in their feeding habits. Yes, vibration will set off a redfish, and sight will set off a redfish in the right conditions. But when they're cold and they're not active, they are relying on scent. Scent, 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 scent. I can't say it, can't stress it any more than that. Scent is everything right now. And that is the trend we're talking about. Which leads me to show you exactly what we've been catching. So take a quick minute. I'm gonna throw a couple clips up here from past trips. Watch those, and then we're gonna get back to the big deal. The #1 bait, the bait that has outfished everything the last 2 months, the one that's given me my PB trout for 2022. So enjoy the video, and I'll see you back here in a minute.
All right, so I got my first snook of the day, guys. Look at that, nursery. The nursery snook, little snooklet. Don't want to get hooked. There we go. Yep. Little snooky guy, little backcountry snook. See you, bye. Yeah.
Guess that answers that question.
Yep.
Bring us out in the middle of the channel.
Yeah. We got to stay a little bit farther out, away, not so close to these bushes now.
That didn't hurt.
You got him. You got him. He was in there sitting all the way in the back. There he is. Nice red. Yeah.
He's not ready to give up.
Mm-mm.
Do me a favor, would you? That net
Yep, I got you.
on the port side.
There you go. Bring him to me.
It's not quite there yet.
Okay, Mr. Redfish. Here we come. Good fish. Just bring his head over to me. Oops.
He's not ready yet.
That's okay. Take your time.
I'm a little worried because he's got the hook down deep.
There we go.
And I'm feeling the hook on the
Oh, almost got him in there. Almost. There you go. Just lead him right in. That's it. He's a caught fish.
Right.
Good job, man. Yes. Look at that one. Woo! Good fishy.
Oh boy, that's what we're looking for.
Yep. Oops. I'll put him down right there. Yeah, man. Okay. So Bill takes the stink off the boat with the first big red. Beautiful. Look at that fish. Winter
How
redfish.
fat his head is.
Oh man, he's nice. That's a good fish.
Trout?
All right, so we're working this outside corner. Got a decent trout. That's a nice little one. He looks like he's something trying to take a chomp out of him.
All right, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that. It was fun for me. Hope it was fun for you. Next, are you ready? So here it is. There's two types of these baits, and everybody's heard of them. A lot of people on the Redfish Cup use them. From Louisiana to Texas, as far north as Long Island. And everyone's heard of it. And no, it's not the gulp shrimp. Yes, gulp shrimp is very, very effective. But the one bait that has been even outproducing the gulp shrimp on a consistent basis, here it is. The Gulp 5-inch white jerk shad. Number one bait. Number one. It has been catching the most redfish, the most trout, and the most snook out of every bait I just put on the table over the last 2 months. And it all has to do with the cycle. We've had a weird cycle of warmth and cold, and the fish are kind of a little confused on where they should be. They're not really feeding on crustaceans as much as they usually are at this time of the year, so we had to adjust to it. And through, time and, being on the water and throwing different baits and finding out what's working, I kind of cracked the code. And right now, the best, again, and I can't stress this enough, the 5-inch Berkley Gulp jerk shad in white